Okay. Uh, so I hope the video voice is very clear. In that case, we can start going on live. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. All right. So, good evening, all. Very warm welcome to the 7th session of the subject of Vedic mathematics. Yes. Hi, Vilasini. Hi, Varaprasad. Hope you are able to hear me properly. If you hear me properly, can you give a thumbs up? Those who have already joined. Okay, I think I need to refresh the chat. Okay. Yes. Hi, Varaprasad again. Hi, Ashia. Yeah, screen not okay. The clarity is not good. That's what Varaprasad is saying. So if the clarity is not good, go to YouTube settings. There is an option to improve the clarity. You can set the quality of your video to 1080, which is the maximum. So that will give you the maximum possible clarity. So Varaprasad, did you find it? Okay, Vilasini gives a thumbs up. That's nice. So once again, welcome back to the 7th session of the fun course on Vedic mathematics. All right. Good. Let's wait for another 2-3 minutes till we have more participants. In the meantime, you can put your comments or doubts in the chat box. I'll have a look. All right. Okay. Jatin says, can I turn on my video and mic? I don't know if it is possible. We are streaming through YouTube, so probably you cannot put your video and mic. I would have loved to see you and heard your sound. Yes, hello Ritvik. Hello Kalwa. Good evening. Yes, Varaprasad says Zoom also. Zoom also. So I don't know. What do you mean, Varaprasad? Okay, Tejesh says good evening. Yes, good evening once again to all of you. Kindly wait for another 2 minutes. Okay, Jatin says okay, please say in Zoom. Okay, so I guess all of you have joined through YouTube live. Okay, Varaprasad, there is no Zoom link as far as I am aware. We are only streaming through YouTube. There is no Zoom link. Okay, this set of courses is only through YouTube. Okay. Okay, so I can see some of you are requesting to conduct the sessions through Zoom. This session will be through YouTube anyway. In future, if there is any change, we'll be informing you. Okay. Yeah, so this session is only happening through YouTube. I think that is the discussion that is going on in the chat box. Okay, sessions can be conducted through Zoom. So if you have any doubt in case in between you feel any doubt, you can put that in the chat box. I'll have a look into the chat box very frequently. I hope that is fine. All right. Okay. So let's wait for another 1 minute, last 1 minute. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Harshini. Yeah. Hi, innovative kids. In YouTube, you can see very innovative names like this. Okay. Yeah, in future, some of the lectures or some of the sessions can be through Zoom, but today, at least for this 9 sessions that we have planned, that is only through YouTube. Okay. Yeah, hi. I don't know how to call you. Guntur Mirchi Gardening. Okay, he says. Okay, my name is Kartikeya. Hey, hi Kartikeya. Excited to see you. Yes. Yes. Good evening, Aditya. Yes. Okay. So I think we have waited enough. Shall we begin? Yes, Tejesh reminds me about the project. So how many of you have submitted the project? So I had a look just before coming to the class. Only 4 of you have submitted the project. Okay. So I'll give you time till today 8 p.m. But you will not get the full credit. So I'll not be discussing the complete answers today because I was thinking that I'll discuss the solutions to the project today. Anyway, I'll not give you the entire solution, but I'll just give you hints here and there so that you will complete it before 8 p.m. So I'll just write it here in case somebody wishes to submit it. Project 2 can be submitted up to 8 p.m. today. Okay, it should be doable. Only 2 problems are there, and that too, it is mostly in the category of easy. So you will not find it very difficult, and you can complete it maybe within 20 minutes. Okay, so Varaprasad says he's a new student. I saw Jatin is also a new student. No worries. We are not going anything in deep. This is a fun course, so you will not miss much. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's begin with today's. I'll talk about the project a little bit later. So let's start with a small recap. So throwback meaning let's just look back and see what we have done. Okay. So the subject of Vedic Maths is more like a tree. Anybody has seen a banyan tree? Anybody in the who has joined have you seen a banyan tree? So this is a banyan tree. You can see that a banyan tree has a lot of branches, and after it has a lot of branches, after it grows very large, it will have these branches hanging down. Okay, so it's a very peculiar tree and it's very huge, right? Now anybody has seen the seed of a banyan tree? Have you seen a seed of the banyan tree? Yes, Varaprasad says he has seen the banyan tree in his village. Okay. Okay, Tejesh says no. So definitely Tejesh, you should go back and see what is a banyan tree. It is a very nice tree and it's a very huge tree also. Okay. Now, anybody has seen the seed of this banyan tree? The seed is very small. So in some places you will see the banyan tree growing just by the side of bricks in a building. It is a huge, maybe 100-story building, and in the 4th or 5th floor, you can see a small banyan tree coming up. Its seed is so small. So I just want to recall that the way mathematics as a subject, it's very huge. You can't imagine what is the breadth and width of mathematics. It's a very huge subject, just like a banyan tree. But fortunately, by knowing few tips and tricks here and there, we can we can go through this entire ocean of mathematics. Okay? And the sutras that we are learning are especially those seeds of the banyan tree, which will help you grow to understand the larger picture of mathematics. Okay? So in the last week, we have seen how we can do addition quickly by using these two sutras. What sutras we consider? We consider the first sutra, which is by one more than one before. And then we saw the second sutra, which is down in the root by the method of completion and non-completion. And the third sutra that we learned for doing addition was by addition and subtraction. And one of the sub-sutras that we introduced last time, most of you will remember the name Anurupyena. That is also known as proportionately. It is a sub-sutra. So sub-sutra is something similar to the branch that grows downward. Okay, because it is helping the main sutras, it is helping the learner or any student of Vedic mathematics, he will need the sub-sutras while solving some problems. And we said last time that when we were multiplying by 2 or multiplying by 4 or 8, we will use this sub-sutra very frequently. So that is the importance of sub-sutras. Okay, now let's see what we are going to study today. Okay, so I think what I had written is just blinding what is appearing on the slide, so let me erase that. Okay, so what we are going to learn today is we are going to learn subtraction. Subtraction is a very nice operation. It is widely applicable in real life. Whenever you go to a shop, you give some amount for the items you have purchased, and then you have to get the balance from the cashier. That's where subtraction is very useful. So similar to addition, we have a very useful sutra that is going to help for subtraction, and this is known as by one less than one before. So here in the case of addition, we had one more than the one before. For the subtraction, we have one less than the one before. Okay, so I see a lot of you are posting something. All right. Yeah, so somebody is saying that they don't know what is meant by sutra. So let me just explain what is meant by sutra once again. We had already discussed in one of the previous classes. So sutra, whatever I have written in this slide is a sutra. And the sutra just means it is a word formula. Word formula. So most of you might have started learning about formula in schools. If you are learning mathematics, then you have the formula Pythagoras theorem, which says a squared plus b squared equal to c squared. This can be considered as a formula. Now, this is not a word formula, this is a mathematical formula. What it says is that the square of the side of the hypotenuse is the sum of the squares of the other two sides in a right triangle. Okay, so the word the sutra, what it means is that it is an English sentence, or it can be a phrase which suggests what method to apply when you approach a mathematical problem. So that is the meaning of sutra. So sutra, actual word in Sanskrit, means something that is very short. So this is a very short sentence you can imagine, or a very short phrase that you can easily recall and remember. And in Vedic mathematics, we have 16 such sutras. So we have 16 sutras available. So if you know these 16 sutras, it means you can solve a large number of problems that are appearing in mathematics, just like the banyan tree. So you have just got 16 seeds of the banyan tree. But if you learn this, you can grow different banyan trees out of it. And you can cover many applications of mathematics that includes engineering, or it can be finance, it could be something like archery, sports. We already discussed a lot of examples where Vedic mathematics is applicable. Okay, so hope that is clear. Okay, yeah, Varaprasad, you have a class at 5:45. But if you find that Vedic mathematics is interesting, please stay in this class. Okay, so let me just go to right. One more comment has appeared. Manvita says, please repeat the process of completion and non-completion. Okay, so that's quite direct, I think. So the method of completion and non-completion is so direct. You can think of some number 28 plus something like 27. Okay, suppose you want to add 28 to 27. And what you will do in the Vedic method is that you will borrow 2 from 27 and make this 28 30. So I can rewrite the same sum as 30 plus 27 minus 2 is 25. So you complete the number 28 to its nearest base, which is 30, by borrowing 2 from 27, and your second number remains as 25. Now, adding a number which is a multiple of 10 is very easy. We have already seen the 10-point circle, right? So in the 10-point circle, we saw that any two numbers that add up to 10 is easy. So similarly, to add any two numbers which are multiples of 10 is also easy. So what we can do here is 30 plus 25. 30 plus 20 you can do first. What is 30 plus 20? It is 50. So 50 plus, again we have 5. So the answer should be 55. So hope that was clear. Yes. All right. So let's go on. We'll see more examples. Even we'll be revising some of these sutras. Okay. So let's go next one. I had given you a puzzle in last class. We'll start with this puzzle and then we'll go into the other examples. All right. So I'll give you some time because some students are new to this class. So for them, I'll give some time. So this is the puzzle. You have to fill the circles that are shown on the screen with the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Only these 6 numbers you should use. You should not use any other number. So that's rule number 1. Now you are given some hints to complete the puzzle. Okay. So you should read each of the hint and you should tell what number appears where. So in your answer, you should start from this position. What is the number on the topmost circle? And then you go clockwise. Tell the number which you get in the clockwise order. I'll give you exactly maybe 1.5 minutes. Try to do this on your own. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll give you a little bit of hints. Yes, Ganesh asks which class is this? So Ganesh, this is Vedic mathematics class. All right. Okay, I don't see any answers. Anybody working there? Anybody working this puzzle in your notebook? Yes, Adityan gives the first answer. We don't know whether it's right or not. Yes, good, Adityan. We'll just verify after maybe 1 more minute. Yes, Babu Rao says no. So have you got a different answer, Babu? So in the meantime, I'll read each of the hints given so that you will digest what is the question. So the first rule is that you should use only numbers from 1 to 6. The first hint reads the number across from each other, add up to 7. So what does this mean? This means that suppose I take a number here, so in this circle, I'm not saying 0, and I add the other number just opposite to that, then the sum of these two numbers should be 7. So that is the meaning of the first hint. Okay, I can see second answer comes from Likansha, but it's a different answer from what Adityan has said. So everybody should note that you should start answering from here, the top, and you should go in the clockwise order. Okay, so Likansha and Aditya, just check it once again. All right, let me read the second hint for you again. The largest number is in the bottom, circle. It's quite direct. You should find the largest number in this set. You should write that in the bottommost. So this is the bottommost. Okay, what does the next hint read? The third hint, 5 is next to 1. So if I write 1 here, 5 should be either here or 5 should be here. So this is what it means. And 3 should not be next to 1. So 3 cannot appear next to 1. It should be either here. If 1 was here, 3 cannot be here, 3 cannot be here, 3 can be at any other places. Now, the next rule is 4 is in a grey circle. That's also very direct. Okay, I think now we have given enough time for all of you. So let me just explain you how the solution can be arrived at. So I found that hint 2 is most useful because it gives the direct number first. So you can start with hint 2. The largest number in this set should be appearing in the bottom circle. So the largest number here is 6. So you can write 6 here. So all of you must have got that. So if you have got that, you can give a thumbs up for yourself. Okay. Now I'll go to the first hint. What does it say? The number across from each other should add up to 7. So I said that 6 is in the bottommost. So the topmost and the bottommost number should add up to 7. So which means the number here should be 1. All right. Now 5 is a number which is next to 1. So 5 can appear here or 5 can appear in this grey circle, but we don't know. Now, so what we'll do is we'll write 5 here, 5 just outside. We know that 5 will not come here or here. Okay. Now 3 is not next to 1, so 3 should be here or 3 should be here. Now 4 is in a grey circle. So 4 can come here, 4 can come here. We don't know which is the correct one. Okay. So suppose 4 came here, then 5 cannot come opposite to it. Why? Because we know that from hint 1, the sum of the opposites should be 7. So if I write 4 here, it has to be 3 here. But then if I put 3 here, 3 is adjacent to 1, which is not satisfying this condition. So I should not write 3 here. So since 3 is not here, 4 is not here. Okay. So 4 should be written here only. Got it? So that is why we write 4 in this grey box, because 4 is in a grey circle. Now since 4 comes here, let me just use the eraser so that we can remove all the other doubts. Okay, so 4 comes here, so 5 has to come only here in this position. So okay, let me just erase this 5 and write 5 inside. All right, so 5 should appear here. Now we know 4 plus some number should be 7, and that number should be 3. Now 5 plus some number here should be 7, so that number should be 2. So let me just give you the answer clearly by erasing what is not required. So this is not required. Now when you write the answer, how did we say? We should write the answer in the clockwise direction. So your answer should be 1, 5, 3, 6, 2 and 4. Let me just check the chat box how many of you have got this right. Okay, so I think let me just go to the first answer that I got from Adityan. Adityan gives 4 1 5 3 6 2. I think you had started it from the gray box, that's why. Yes, the first answer Likan Shah has given is 135642, which is also not correct. Adityan then gives this next answer 153624. So I think I see the first answer from Adityan. Okay, let me just give another look. I think Hanumathu Yuvraj, you have also given the second correct answer, I guess. Yes, Likansha, you had corrected your answer, which is nice. So I think I have read the first three names. Okay, good. Okay, some of you are taking random guesses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Okay, right. No worries. So you can try this once again. If you have not gotten the answer, you can try this once again. You can take a screenshot of this if you wish. I'll just give you 30 seconds for that. Okay, this is a very interesting puzzle. We will see a lot of puzzles like this again in the future sessions. Okay, so I'll give you exactly 10 more seconds. If you want to take a screenshot or you would like to copy this into your notebook, please do so. All right. So shall we go to the next part? By the way, so next part, I'm going to discuss about the project. So how many of you would wish to submit your projects up to 8 p.m. today? If you would wish to submit your projects up to 8 p.m. today, you can give a hand on the chat box. Yes. Rosie Reddy says yes. Vilasini asked what project. So we had given a project in the last class, which is Wednesday's class, session 6. So if you just go to YouTube, session 6, you will see in the description box there is a project link that is there. If you click on that link, you will see the project questions. Yes, Hanumatu says yes. So you want to submit the projects. I don't know which projects because I'm new. Gaurav says yes, is new. So I'm just repeating, the project is available in session 6 in YouTube, Vedic Mathematics session 6. Go to the description. In the description, you will see a form, Google form. If you open the Google form, you will see a link to the questions for project number 2. All right. Okay, so I think okay, Rosie Reddy, okay, Hansini. Okay, Hansini has already submitted. I have not seen the names, but I have seen 4 of you have submitted. All right, Manvida says what is that we are going to discuss except the project. So we are going to learn something new regarding subtraction. So, okay, so I'll not discuss the project today. So those who wish to submit, you can submit it till 8 p.m. But I'll slightly reduce your marks because it's a late submission. So you will get 5 points less than those who had submitted earlier. Okay. Okay. So I'll just skip the project. So this is question 1 in the project. This is question 2 in the project. Okay. There is also a creative part, creative exercise in the project. That also you can try. Okay, so we are coming to today's class. Today's class is all about mathemagic. How can we how can we make make magic out of number 9? That's what we are going to learn today. So there is a very famous mathematician, and this mathematician does not need any calculator, and he can calculate any multiplication, 4-digit, 5-digit multiplication on his head, and he can give the answer within 10 seconds. So would you wish to become such a magician? Okay, don't worry 10 seconds or doing a 5-digit multiplication. Can you do a 2-digit multiplication within 10 seconds? That's what we are asking. So to do such a fast multiplication, you need to start from basics. Like you climb a ladder, you need to step into the first step of the ladder and then only you go to the next. So for that, we need to create some kind of foundation. So that's what we are going to learn about the magic of the number 9. So I'll give you some importance why the number 9 is there in mathematics. So everybody knows our solar system. Last week we had already discussed something related to going to Mars, etc., and how Vedic mathematics is helping our astronomers in calculating the position of planets and various other astronomical phenomena. So we know that there are 9 planets. Currently the science says that there are only 8 planets, and the 9th planet, which is Pluto, is a dwarf planet. So up to 2006 or so, Pluto was also considered to be part of solar system, but now it is considered as a dwarf planet. So if you include the sun, there are 9 heavenly bodies in the universe. So that is one of the importance of the number 9. And some of you might have interest in English, and in English you often come across this proverb, a stitch in time saves 9. So the 9 is also important. Why? Because 9 is something that is the least single digit number, isn't it? 9 is the least single digit number. So that is the importance of 9. Now if you go to any game, this game is called as the snooker. So the game of snooker has 9 balls because it perfectly fits into the square. It has 9 balls. You may also think of some other games. I can think of, I think, baseball. Baseball has 9 players that I am aware of. But some other games like cricket, it has 11 players. So we'll talk about these magical numbers. 11 is another magical number. 9 is also a magical number. I'll say why in a bit. Okay, so kindly wait. Now, even in some of the, I'll say some of the religions, 9 is a very sacred number. So actually, when Buddha got enlightened, he said that there are 9 good qualities in human beings. So 9 represents those qualities. So it's a very auspicious number. Auspicious meaning it is very good, it is very sacred, etc. Okay. Now again back to English. There is a proverb says to be on cloud 9. Have you heard about this? Anybody heard about this proverb or phrase to be on cloud 9? It's not a proverb, it's a phrase. Gaurav says no. VSS says no. Padmini says no. Okay, so you can remember this phrase. This is a very nice phrase. To be on cloud 9 means to become extremely happy, to be extremely blissful. So when you get a very difficult problem, what is the feeling that you have? To be on cloud 9. Okay, so Likansha knows that what is to be on cloud 9 because she had written the correct answers for the previous puzzle. All right. Now there is also something related to music. In music also there is something related to 9. So there is, if you are familiar with classical music, there is called as the Navaratnas, the Navaratna Kritis, etc. So it is said that any composer will compose 9 best compositions. He'll pick 9 best compositions because 9 is a very auspicious number. Alright, so let's go to the mathematical subject of 9. Why 9 is magical in mathematics? We have already seen the multiplication table of 9. How is it? Here it is explained once again for you. 9 multiplied by 1 is 9. 9 multiplied by 2 is 18. How did we write 18? So 18 is written like this. You subtract 1 from 2. The number you are multiplying is 2. You subtract 1 from that, you will write 1. And you subtract 1 from 9. 9 minus 1, that is 8. That's why you get 18. Let's see, 9 multiplied by 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. And you are going to subtract 2 from 9, which is 7. So always when you write the multiplication table of 9, you just have to verify that whether your 2 digits add up to 9. So here we have 3 plus 6, it is 9, 4 plus 5, again 9, 5 plus 4, 9, 6 plus 3, 9, 7 plus 2, 9, 8 plus 1, 9. And in the last class, somebody gave a very interesting way of writing the 9s table. How is it? You start from the number 0. Okay, I hope you are able to 0. See the 0 that I am writing. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you write the first digit like this. And the second digit you start from the bottom. You write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Suppose you have any difficulty in learning the 9's multiplication table, you can do like this. You start from 0, which will be the tens place, and the units place is just the reverse. In the reverse order you have to write. I don't remember who had given this solution last time. Anyway, now what we are going to learn now is the 9-point circle. We have already learned the 10-point circle. Remember the mission to Mars. We made that 10-point circle so that we can match the time in Mars. This time we are going to the next planet. What is the next planet after Mars? Anybody knows which is the next planet after Mars? Is it Jupiter? No answers? Yes, Gaurav says it's Jupiter. I will believe Gaurav. So let's make a clock for Jupiter this time. Alright. So this is a 9-point circle. So 9-point circle, meaning there are only 9 positions in the clock. In Earth, how many positions are there on the clock? Everybody knows that. We have 24 hours. If you look a wall clock, you will see 12 positions. So in this planet, let's write Jupiter here. Let's put it in apostrophe because it's not the actual time in Jupiter. We are just making up a story. Okay. Anyways, you will start from the top and the largest number comes in the top, which is 9. Then you will put 1. Then you will put 2. You will put 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are only 9 positions. Okay. Now if you want to add a 0, you can add here also, because 0 is equivalent to 9, because 0 is kind of reset. Alright. Good. Now why is this clock very important? I'll just tell you once again using the highlighter. Let me use the highlighter. Add 8 to 1. Add the opposites. 8 plus 1, you will get 9. As I said here, you will get 8 plus 1 is 9. 7 plus 2 is again 9. Hope you understand now. 6 plus 3 is again 9. Here you have it in the multiplication table. 5 plus 4 is also 9, which is nice. So what you have in this clock in Jupiter is that the opposite hands or the opposite figures are adding up to 9. So this is what is called as the 9-point circle. Now, you can add more numbers to this 9-point circle. I'll tell you exactly how. Now, I'll write more numbers outside the box. So, which is the next number after 9? It is 10. So, 10 comes above this number 1. 11 comes here. 12 comes here. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Alright. Now, why is the number 10 coming just outside 1? So, there is a rule for that as well. So, look carefully. This time I'll use a different highlighter. Let me use a different color for the highlighter. Maybe I'll use green, which is very nice to see. So, see the number 10. Yeah, so VSS, right, 10 minus 1 is 9. You are very close, but that is not the exact reason why 10 is appearing about. Okay, one of the reasons is correct. Yes, that is right. 10 minus 1 is 9. But there is another more valuable reason. You just add the digits of the number 10. Everybody knows addition now, right? We are going to add the digits of 10. So what are the two digits in 10? The first digit is 1. The second digit is 0. So what is 1 plus 0? Everybody knows it's 1. So the sum of digits of 10 is 1. That is why we are writing 10 above 1. Now look here, which is 11. What are the digits in 11? It's 1 and 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. That's the reason why we are writing 11 just above 2. Now see 12 similarly. The two digits are 1 plus 2, which is 3. So that is why the numbers appear like this. Now suppose I give you a very new number. So let me go back to the pen. I give you a number 37. Or not, I'll not pick 37. Let me just take 35. Where should I write 35 in this 9-point circle? Above which number should I write the number 35? I'll give you exactly, this time I'll give you 10 seconds to think because it's easy. So we said that any number having digit sum equal to 1 will be written above 1. Any number having digit sum 2 will be written above 2, similarly for 3, and similarly for any other number. So what is the digit sum of the number 35? I have not seen the correct answer in the chat box till now. Okay, I see finally one answer. This is given by VSS. I don't know how to pronounce your surname. Anyway, congrats VSS. The second answer is given by the same person, and I have not seen any other answers. Okay, so the answer is 8. Why? Because the sum of the digits of 35 is 3 plus 5, which is 8. So I'll write the number 35 here. Clear? So don't worry if you have not understood this properly at this time. I'm going to give you still more exercises. Okay. Now, we have this 9-point circle. What you are going to learn now is what is called as Navashesh. So this is a word that is taken from the language of Sanskrit. Don't worry so much. I'll just split it for you. So Nava means what? Anybody knows what is the meaning of Nava? I just explained it in the last slide when we started talking about music. Yes, VSS says Nava means 9. Very nice. So Nava means 9. So there is another meaning of Nava also. Nava means new also. But here in this subject, we are going to take the meaning as 9. Okay. So what is the meaning of Shesh? Shesh. I don't know if you have used it in your language. So Shesh, in if you translate, this is meaning remaining or remainder. You can think of this as remainder. So remainder meaning what? What remains after division. So Navashesh, if you translate, it is the remainder after dividing by 9. Okay, so let me just use eraser here. Hope you are able to read. So remainder after, I have made a spelling mistake, after dividing by 9. Okay, so this is the meaning of the word Navashesh. So this is a very nice tool to learn. In Vedic mathematics, if you were asked what you have learned, you should be at least able to tell you have learned Navashesh. So after completing the 9 sessions in the first part of Vedic mathematics, you should say what have you learned. Somebody, if they ask what have you learned in Vedic mathematics, you should say first I have learned Navashesh, because it is very important and it's very useful. We are going to see how it is useful. Okay, so if you have understood what is meant by Navashesh, the meaning, can you write Navashesh in the chat box? I'll just look for maybe 10 seconds. How fast can you write Navashesh in the chat box? Good. Likansha writes, very nice. I think you guys are very slow in typing. Yes, Adityan gives a meaning, the remainder after 9. Good. Yes. So Navashesh is very important. So I'm going to take some examples now. So let me just erase the slide and I will just give you some examples. Now it is very much related. Navashesh is very much related to the 9-point circle that we just learned in the previous slide. So I'm going to take a very simple number like 11. So let me make a table so that will be very easy. Okay. So here I will write the number, and here I will write the what is called as digit sum. So digit sum is the same as Navashesh. I'll tell you shortly how it is. So what you have to do is, I'll give you a number, you have to just sum the digits and tell me what is it. 11, what is the sum of the digits? Somebody on the chat box. I'm just simultaneously looking the chat box. I'm waiting for your answer. Anybody? What is the sum of 11, the digits of 11? Yes. Hanumatu says it is 2. It is correct. What is the digit sum of the number 13? Quick. What is the digit sum of 13? Yes. VSS gives the first answer. 4. It's right. What is the digit sum of 17? Quick. Yes. Again, VSS, you are fast. 8. This time Hanumatu also gives the second answer. Yes, I can see many others are also answering it correctly. Now I'm going to ask you a little bit different question now. What is the digit sum of 19? You should think and answer. You should think and answer. What is the digit sum of 19? Hanumatu says 1. Somebody called Villain Beach says it's 10. Somebody gives it 20. This time I don't see any common answer. I will say the answer is 1. Yes, Gaurav says it's 1, but I don't know how Gaurav came to know. Probably he has attended the previous Vedic mathematics class. The answer is 1. Why is it? Digit sum, I said, is the same as Navashesh. So what is the meaning of Navashesh? All of you had written that in the chat box. The meaning of Navashesh is the remainder after dividing by 9. So what is the remainder you get after dividing 19 by 9? So go to the multiplication table of 9. 9 into 1 is 9. 9 into 2 is 18. So you will get the quotient of the division as 2 and the remainder is going to be 1. So this is how I am going to write. 2 is the quotient and R represents the remainder. Remainder is 1. Whatever comes after writing R is the remainder. So this is the meaning of Navashesh. So digit sum should be 1. Now I'll tell you another method how you can calculate the digit sum. Somebody had written the answer as 10. How did you get the answer as 10? Just you added 1 plus 9. So this is 10. That is fine. But 10, it's a 2-digit number. Whenever you divide any number by 9, the remainder should be less than 9. You might have learned in your school. You divide some number divided by 9, divide a number by 9. The remainder should be 9 less than 9. It should only be 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 or 1. Okay? Or it can be 0. Okay. So in this case 10 is what you got, which is a number greater than 9. So you have to convert this back by adding the digits of 10, which is 1 plus 0. So here you will get 1 plus 0 as 1. So this is the reason why I wrote the answer to be 1. So everybody, if you have got the concept that we discussed here, can you this time just write yes? If you have understood what I was saying, just write yes. If you have not understood, you can write no. Not S, Y-E-S. So you should write Y-E-S. So yes or no. If I at least see one no, I'll repeat it once again. Yes, I can see one student has written no. So I'll explain it once again, but this time I'll use another example. So let me just write here. Okay, everybody can see what I'm writing here, right? I hope my handwriting is not so bad. So this time I'm going to pick another interesting number, 29. So I'm asking you, what is the digit sum or Navashesh of 29? So 29, I know it is 2 plus 9. 2 plus 9 is 11. Now 11 is a 2-digit number, so it cannot be a Navashesh, because Navashesh, I have already told, it can be a number only between 0 to 8. It cannot be greater than 9. So 11 you have to convert to a number between 0 and 8. How will you do that? You can add the 2 digits. What are the 2 digits in 11? It is 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So 1 plus 1, which is 2. So the Navashesh of the number 29 is 2. Now tell me if you have understood this, yes or no, in the chat box. If you have understood this, write yes. If you have not understood, write no. Alright, good. So let's proceed further. Now I am going to give you some puzzle. You should solve it. This one I will solve it for you. Next puzzle is for you. So I'll read the question very clearly this time, very slowly and clearly. So this is a word problem. Recall, word problem comes so much in mathematics. So you should be trained to solve word problems. So this is the digit sum puzzle, and the puzzle reads: the digit sum of two figure number is 8 and the figures are the same. So what is the number? Yeah, so I can see a quick chat that has come in the description here. So Manvita asked why Navashesh is used. So I am telling, I'll give you example. Please wait till we complete this puzzle. Manvita and Himantu is asking no need to add nines in the digit. I don't understand what you have written in the chat. Hanumantu, I'll take up your question anyway. But let me just clarify. Manvita, we'll discuss what is the use of Navashesh. I can see people are answering this question in the chat box right now. Good. So let me explain how you can solve this. First of all, you should pick up the important facts from the question. The first fact is that it's a two-figure number. By two-figure number, you should understand it's a two-digit number. Everybody knows what is a two-digit number. There is a tens place, there is a units place. So this is what is a two-digit number. Now, the digit sum is equal to 8. So if I have a number, if I have a digit here, say the digit I write is 1, and I write a second digit, say 2, the two digits should add up to 8. This example is wrong. 1 plus 2 is not 8. So the answer is not 1 and 2. So I'll just erase that and I'll just put some question marks instead of that. Okay, is that fine? I'll just put a question mark just to indicate that these are unknown. Now, the question reads in the second part. So this is the second part of the question from here. The figures are the same. The figure meaning the numbers, the digits. The digits are the same. So if I write 1 here, it has to be 1 here only. If I write 2 here, it has to be 2 here. If I write 3 here, it has to be 3 here, etc. So which two numbers upon adding will give you 8? The answer is straight away. So 2 into some number, I'll write a question mark here, is equal to 8. So what is this question mark? It should be 4 because 2 multiplied by 4 is 8. So I can erase this question marks and just write it is 4. So I'll use always a good color for answering. So let me just use green. Green always represents the answer. 44. 4 plus 4 is 8. So the digit sum is going to be 8. Now I'll tell you a method by which you can check whether the digit sum was exactly 8. You divide 44 by 9. What is the quotient? We know 9 times 4 is 36. 9 times 5 is 45. So 9 times 5. 5 cannot be quotient because it exceeds 44. So 4 should be the quotient. And the remainder is what? 44 minus 36. By now you know how to do subtraction somewhat. If you don't know also it is fine. You will get the remainder as 8. So this is the notation. Don't worry if you don't understand this notation completely. We only need to understand that the answer 8 is obtained because it is a remainder while dividing with 9. Okay, right. Surendra says this is a very easy question. So now I'm going to give you a little bit more difficult question. This is for you to solve. I'll give you exactly 10 seconds to solve. Surendra, if you solve this within 10 seconds, I'll just give you an appreciation. Okay, your time starts now. This is very similar to the previous question. Only thing is that you need to slightly use little bit of your intelligence. Yes, I can see most of the answers have come in. So Hanumatu gives one of the answers. After that, Hanumatu changes his answer. Good. And Likansha writes the second answer. Srikar writes the second answer. Okay, good. Good. Jakruti has given the digits. Good. Good that you have tried it. Yes, Gaurav, you have also given the answer. Right. So let me just explain to you how we can solve this. Again, we have the digit sum of a two-figure number. We already explained. So let me get back to the old color of the pen. Which color did I pick? I think blue. Blue is good. So digit sum of a two-figure number. Two-figure number means two digits. So I'll just put two dashes. I don't know what is to be written in the dashes. So I'll just put question marks. Okay. So this sum of digits is going to be 9 this time. We have already seen the 9-point circle, isn't it? We wrote 9 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So by this alone, you should be able to say that the two digits are going to be some two digits just that are opposite. It should be either 8 or 1, 7 or 2, 6 or 3, 5 or 4, 5 and 4. It cannot be any other answer. That's the first thing that you should. Now, the second hint is from the second part of the question. The second part of the question is the first figure is twice the second figure. So, I'll call this as the first figure. So, this is the tens place. This is the units place. This is the first figure. This is the first figure. This is the second figure. Because usually when you say, you will say from left to right. That is the usual practice. That's why you are taking. Okay. So the first figure is twice the second figure. So what it means is that if I write 1 here, it has to be 2 here. If I write 2 here, it has to be 4 here. If it has to be 3 here, it has to be 6 here. Okay. So I have already given you the answer. The answer should be 63. Why? Because only these two numbers is going to give you 9 as the digit sum. Yes, Soumya says 36 is also right. So as I said, this assumption is that the first figure is the tens place, the second figure is the units place. 36 is also fine if you consider the first figure to be the units place. But generally in the question when they ask first digit, when you say your phone number, for example, when your friend asks what is the first digit of your phone number, will you say the rightmost digit or the leftmost digit? You usually say the leftmost digit. So that is the same reason. The first figure is the leftmost digit. So Soumya, your answer is perfectly right. Only thing is that the question convention is from left to right. All right. I think some of you are making a discussion in the chat box. No worries. So have you all understood what you have learned in this class? So we just can make a small recap. In this class, what we have learned is the importance of this number called 9. We know that 9 is very important in nature because it appears in culture, it appears in music, it appears in science, it appears even in languages like English. You can see lot of proverbs, lot of phrases that use this number 9. Now, later we learned about this 9-point circle and its importance. 9-point circle is similar to a clock. We called it a clock in Jupiter, if that makes it easier to remember. Now, this 9-point circle is very useful in finding what is called as the Navashesh. Navashesh just means that the remainder after you divide by 9. And then we did a couple of puzzles like this to find the number which gives the Navashesh as 9 or 8, whatever you can. Okay, so I think we are out of time right now, and many of you are eager to go and have some snacks. I'm also a little bit hungry, so let's just end the class here. So once again, let me remind you that you have your project submission time till 8 p.m. I will close the submission link after 8 p.m. So please do try to solve those two problems. Only two problems are there and they are easy. So try to submit them. The submission link is there in the YouTube session 6 of Vedic Mathematics. It should be there in the description box. So thank you and namaste. Let's meet tomorrow.